They laughed when he said he wanted to colonize Mars. They called him crazy when he spoke about electric cars, reusable rockets, and AI-driven robots. But he never cared what the world thought, because deep down, he knew he wasn't born to fit in. He was born to change everything. This is the story of Elon Musk, the man who started with nothing, slept on factory floors, failed countless times, but never stopped dreaming for humanity. Elon Reeve Musk was born in Pretoria, South Africa in 1971. He wasn't the loudest in school. He wasn't popular. In fact, he was bullied so badly that he was once hospitalized after being beaten unconscious. But while other kids played outside, Elon was inside, reading books for hours. He devoured science fiction, physics, and computer manuals. At just 12 years old, he sold his first video game for $500, a small spark that hinted at a giant future. He once said, "When something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor." That's how his journey began, with curiosity, pain, and an obsession to build something that mattered. At 17, Elon left South Africa with a single suitcase and a dream, to escape military service and chase opportunity. He went to Canada, working odd jobs, cleaning boilers, cutting wood, even shoveling dirt. He once said, "I lived on $1 a day, eating hot dogs and oranges." But every night he read and learned about physics, engineering, and technology. He wasn't chasing comfort. He was chasing purpose. Later, he earned scholarships in the U.S. and moved to the University of Pennsylvania. There, he studied economics and physics, not for grades, but for impact. He dreamed of three things: the internet, renewable energy, space exploration. Elon started building. In 1995, the internet was new, but Elon saw the future before anyone else. He and his brother Kimball started Zip2, a company that helped newspapers create online business directories. They had no office, no money, no bed. They slept inside the office and showered at the local gym. Elon coded all night, and during the day he met clients. Years later, he said, "I couldn't afford an apartment, so I slept in the office. I'd wake up, code, and sleep again." In 1999, Compaq bought Zip2 for $307 million. Elon walked away with $22 million. He could have retired, but he didn't, because money was never his goal. Impact was. Next, he started X.com, an online banking platform that would later become PayPal after a merger. The company grew fast, revolutionizing online payments. But not everyone liked his bold ideas. While Elon was on vacation, the board voted him out as CEO. Imagine, the company he created, taken away from him. He once said, "Failure is an option here. If things are not failing, you are not innovating enough." And even though it hurt, he kept going. In 2002, PayPal was sold to eBay for $1.5 billion. Elon received $180 million. He could have lived a life of luxury, but he risked it all again. Because his dream wasn't about money. It was about saving the future of humanity. With $100 million of his own money, he founded SpaceX, a private company to make rockets and reach Mars. Experts called him insane. NASA ignored him. 3 rocket launches failed, each one costing tens of millions of dollars. People laughed. Investors backed out. His friends told him to quit. But he said, if something is important enough, even if the odds are against you, you should still do it. In 2008, on his 4th and final attempt, SpaceX launched Falcon 1 successfully into orbit. That single moment changed history and saved the company from bankruptcy. Later, NASA signed a contract worth $1.6 billion with SpaceX. The man who was once broke was now leading the future of space travel. While SpaceX was fighting for survival, Elon had already started another revolution: Tesla Motors. Electric cars were a joke back then, slow, boring, and unwanted. But Elon believed the world could run on sustainable energy. He poured his money, time, and heart into Tesla. In 2008, both SpaceX and Tesla were near collapse. He had to choose between saving one or risking both. He chose to risk everything. He once said, "I thought Tesla and SpaceX were both going to fail, but I felt I had to give it a try." He worked 120 hours a week. He slept on the factory floor, not because he had to, but because he wanted his workers to see he was there with them. By 2013, Tesla turned profitable. The same man the world laughed at was now redefining transportation. Today, Elon Musk leads Tesla, SpaceX, Neuralink, and The Boring Company, all focused on one mission: to make humanity multiplanetary and sustainable. From electric cars to solar energy, from AI to Mars, he is pushing every limit to ensure our species survives. He says, "I could either watch it happen or be part of it." That's what makes him different. He doesn't just talk about the future, he's building it. He failed, was mocked, and called crazy, but he kept going. His story reminds us, you don't need to be born rich. You don't need perfect timing. You just need relentless belief and unstoppable effort. Because success isn't built on comfort, it's built on sacrifice. Elon Musk once said, "When something is important enough, you do it even if the odds are not in your favor." So if you're tired, broke, or lost, remember this: even the man changing the world once slept on a factory floor. And maybe one day, the world will tell your story.